Well, an Oklahoma couple living in fear, terrified of their adopted son. Their uphill battle to change a law and what they want the state to do in 3 minutes. An update now on this bizarre custody battle out of Oklahoma. The adoptive parents of an 11-year-old boy want to return the boy back to the state's care. They say they are afraid of him. Melissa and Tony Westcott say the boy suffers from severe mental health issues. The Westcotts also say the boy tried to burn their house down, has killed animals, and is violent towards others. Melissa Westcott spoke earlier on Fox and Friends. Listen.
We were told that he had been neglected and abused by his father, that his father used to leave him home at night and wouldn't buy him glasses. That was pretty much the extent of it.
So you bring this child home, you, I would assume, give him love and attention as parents, and what started happening?
He started acting out. We kept getting reports of the molestations. He was molesting other children. He's got 6 diagnoses. We didn't know what to do.
Let's bring in Kelly Saindon. He's a trial attorney specializing. She is a trial attorney specializing in family law. Kelly, you know, the thing we don't understand here is the parents said first they're afraid of this boy. This boy tried to burn their house down and then left a note saying, "I'm sorry you had to die." And they said, no way are they going to let this kid back in the house. Now we hear, well, if the state is willing to fund them and give them a little bit more money, that they may be willing to work with the boy. I mean, how do you do that?
Well, the thing is, they're stuck with him under the statute as it lays, and the other problem that they're having is the medical providers are saying this boy's healthy, he's fine, he's not mentally unstable. So they're a little bit in a trick bag because he's exhibiting this crazy behavior, and they're watching it and they're living it, but medical professionals are going against that and saying he's not a danger to anyone.
Well, but
so it is interesting that they're saying there
several problems. I mean, a lot of medical professionals have said, no, this is a very unstable boy. And the family's contention is they were told that this boy was abused as a child and may have been neglected, but they were never given any indication of the ailments that he suffers. That's their contention in this, is they weren't told that this kid had some illnesses.
Well, adoption is sort of like a house when you agree to buyer beware and you buy it as is. When you adopt that you accept the child that you get as he is in his current state, and whatever evolves that you don't know of historically you're stuck with. The thing that's interesting in this case is there is a provision that allows in Oklahoma them to dissolve the adoption. So like a divorce, to break up and go through that legally, but they're saying they don't have the money to do that.
That's awfully, exactly right. It's only happened 13 times in the history of Oklahoma, so it's very expensive. They don't have the money to do that, so for them it's a non-starter. The state says you got to keep this kid, and they don't really have any money to say otherwise.
But this is a dangerous precedent if it's set that they're allowed to give him back, because anyone that then ends up with a child that didn't know that there's medical issues, that there's mental issues, that they're problem child, a lot of times that's why they're in the adoptive system. And if these families can just say, we don't want him, give him back, there has to be special circumstances. And while I agree he's been diagnosed with different deficiencies or disorders, they're all medically treatable, and he's not been characterized as a risk. So they're really in a trick bag.
Right. Kelly Saindon, good to see you.
It's an unfortunate situation.
It is indeed, yeah. Everybody agrees
Thanks.
that. It is indeed. Thanks, Kelly.